Hi, welcome back to the Cuzzy Sound channel and part 9 in the series all about my Project 12 DIY modular analog synthesizer. In this episode we're going to be looking at an effects module, and the effect in question is Distortion. Now I've been wanting to, rather than just use effects pedals, I've been wanting to put some onboard effects, and Distortion was something I was looking at. So when I was last ordering some electronic stocks from the company I deal with, the company in the UK called Bitsbox, I'm not sponsored by them, I'm not paid to endorse them, they just happen to have the stuff that I want at reasonable prices and excellent service, so no qualms. Most of Project 12 is Bitsbox stuff, but they have a section on guitar pedal kits. Now normally I wouldn't buy a kit, and I normally don't build from kits, but I went and had a look there, and technically I didn't buy a kit because the kits were sold out, but they still had the circuit boards, and well, that's it. Tiny little circuit board. The kit in question, they call it the Mammoth, which is actually a clone of the Woolly Mammoth distortion pedal, a distortion pedal that was designed to work well with bass guitars. So I thought, hey, synth bass lines with some distortion, this could be pretty good. So most of the components I already had. The few that I didn't have, they actually still had in stock on site, so I kind of put the kit together, and then I built it. Here's what it looked like when I built it. Some excellent instructions come with on the site. That you've got the schematic, you've got the build instructions, you've got the board layout, the whole lot. Really good, so really easy to put together. So I put it together, and then I first tried it out with one of my guitars, and it's awesome. So much so that I went back and bought a second board, and I'm going to build a standalone guitar pedal version of it. So great. Built it, it worked. The thing is though, if you put that straight into the synth, now a passive guitar pickup probably puts out something like a few hundred milliwatts of power output. A synth, certainly something like this, is putting out anywhere between, I said milliwatts, I actually meant millivolts. Still milliwatts, but yeah, between 200 and 500 millivolts from your average guitar pickup, depending how good the coils are. The synth is going to put something that's somewhere between 5 and 10 volts, up to 20 times what your guitar's putting out. Plug a synth straight into it when it's set up as a guitar pedal, and it just saturates it, and you don't get the effect. So what you have to do, you have to attenuate the signal. The other thing, I'm putting it in a module panel. I'm not putting it in a stomp box, so I'm not going to be stomping on switches. I'm not running it from batteries, it's running from the internal, well, a 9-volt internal power supply. So I've had to kind of rework some of the wiring. So what I did, I found that if I used a 1.5 mega ohm resistor on the input, it brought the input level down to a point where it would work well with the synth. So here's a diagram of how I wired that bit up, but the rest of the wiring, you get it from the instructions on the kit. And yeah, it works, and as you will hear, it's actually quite impressive. So we'll move in closer, we'll have a look at the panel, look at what the controls are, and then I'll give you a quick demo as to what it sounds like when it's used in a modular system. This is the Mammoth module. Looking at the controls on the panel, you've got Wool, which is basically distortion. You've got Pinch, which is a kind of a compression. It kind of opens up and closes down some of the range on the signal. You'll hear that when we demo it. EQ is basically a tone control, and output is well, it's a volume control. Then bypass switch, which is my rewiring of what would have been a stomp switch on a pedal. With it switched to the outside, the signal comes in and then goes straight out. Switch it to the inside and it goes in through the module and back out. We'll leave it on out for now. The patch, I've got a simple bass line running on the beat step, the CV from which is controlling a single 4046 VCO. The output from the VCO is going into the Mammoth distortion. Output from the distortion module is going into a Vactrol. Output from the Vactrol is going to the mixer. The Vactrol is triggered with the gate signal from the beat step. So we're bypassing the module at the moment. So if I just run the bass line as is, so that's just what the 4046 VCO sounds like. I'll turn some of the EQ up because you can hear the fizz from the distortion a little bit better if you've got a higher EQ. And yeah, we've got probably about 3/4 setting on both wall and pinch. So that's your bass line. And with distortion, well, that should be obvious enough for you to hear what actually happened to the signal there. I'll not tweak the output because that will just simply start to clip on the mixer and distort the recording. But yeah, that just controls the volume. EQ. So you get a nice range of effects using the EQ. Put it back up to the fizziness. Whoa, which is basically the distortion. That's it down at minimum. Subtle, but you can hear that it does kind of start to fizz a little bit more towards the top end. Pinch. Turn it right down, you can hear it's kind of compressed the sound a little bit there. Turn it back up, and it kind of opens out the sound. So even with everything back right off, it really still gives the bass that little bit more punch. But yeah, I'm sure you'll agree that that takes what was a fairly simple square wave bass line and takes it to a whole new dimension. So yeah, I'll put the link for the Bitsbox website down in the comments. Like I say, I get nothing out of this from them. Let's turn this down a little bit. So I'm not, you know, I'm not paid by them. I don't endorse their stuff. but that's where this kit came from. So if you want to try and get hold of it, like I said, when I went into on last time round, the kits were sold out, but you could still get the circuit board and download the PDF of instructions. And I've shown you a very, very simple way of kind of sticking some attenuation in and rewiring it to work as a module in a DIY analog modular synth system. So yeah, why not? Come on, have a go, build your own.